Aww. Ah, hello, hello, Astra. Welcome, welcome. How are you? Sleep well last night? Yo, hello, baby owl.
You won't get away.
How are you?
Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I am no exception.
Just starting off with a bit of grinding.
I will protect all beauty.
Back to the Who
You
is
won't
Who
get
game.
away.
What do you mean Who is Who game? This is Honkai Starrai.
Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I am no exception.
Like adventuring and
I will protect all beauty.
Herda barely do anything.
You won't get away.
Get so neglected, look at that. Just
I will protect all beauty.
Jenny
You won't
and
get away.
Himiko just do all the work.
Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I am no exception.
Hey, Herda, you finally got a turn. I'm currently on a quest to maxing out everyone. As you can see, I already got everyone's ascension up to the max. I'm just trying to get them up to 80. Right now, I'm just focusing on the 5 stars. My luck was crazy on Facia. I got her in 110 ball. Nice! Very nice. Like, see, like, I haven't done a single pull at all. Oh, can't see that. Yeah, I haven't done a single pull so far. Saving it for someone else. I've been seeing Molly's horrible luck in pulling for Mozit, that I'm like, yeah, this is why I'm not doing it, but let's try out. I haven't actually played her yet. Ooh. Allied attack can accumulate charge points for facial to use her ultimate. All allied attack can trigger facial's following attack. Ooh. Accelerates movements during exploration and pulls enemies. The more enemies are dragged, the more damage it will deal. Ooh.
Let's see. All together.
Ooh. 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 As Facial uses a technique, she grants herself a movement speed boost and will pull along as she travels more and pull and higher damage. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Hello, new
Let's see.
You're dead. You're dead. You're also dead. Nearly dead.
No manners, huh?
Let's
Oh,
get
let's see.
speed boost. Attack boost, sorry. Woo. Support
Here you go,
her.
master.
In the mood for another beating?
Never.
Oh, she can use it now. I thought it was, I knew it.
I venture forth to hunt.
Oh, okay. I should have let it charge up. Ah, so the attack depends on how many charges she has.
Time to show you what I Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. Watch this! Oh, I get it! Everything's working.
Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
You're falling apart on your own. The fear is not fear.
Yeah! Awesome!
Yeah, he's gonna die.
I
So
venture
guess I'll
forth
just
to
go.
forever. Triumphant! Victory inevitable!
Oh, they got like a warp feature now. You can just go straight to warping instead of just doing it manually.
The show begins.
It takes to do the ultimate ones.
Continue patrols.
Dangerous thoughts.
It's been a while since I heard the song.
Still together.
I've like kind of been avoiding Pentagon. That's just because my phone can't handle the place, so I don't really go there outside of the PlayStation.
Time for a shot.
Stars echo.
I am not whoa. Renew your destination. Whoa, so high. Let me show. Renew your destination. Welcome to my whoa.
Do you know what it is? Big Diamond! It's all yours!
Whoa,
Not
so
a child.
high. Let me show.
Nap
My decoration one more time. To the beat and I'm gonna hear it real me. Trying to see So you go up to 12 charge and you 6.
Make a wish.
Make a wish. Make a wish.
Make a wish.
Make a wish. It's a Make a Wish
Make a
Foundation.
wish.
The Make a Wish Foundation. Make a Wish Foundation. Hello, my dude. Say hi. Is this the card? Is this your card? Yes?
Everyone's a customer.
Hi, Gwen. I think it's been a while. Ooh.
Destiny is
Ill fate is dead.
Boom. Ow.
More business, eh?
Hee
mind your
Oh no, not the barrier. Anything but the barrier. Ow.
Memories
Memories
are
are
ever changing. Beneath
Beneath
the water
lies
lies
an
an
endless
endless abyss.
Time for a shot. Nap time. Just a little something. Think nothing. Destiny's hand has truly blessed me.
We're just having fun.
What? And
Waiting
increase
to betray my
damage.
customers. I charge extra.
Owie. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. Oh! I was like, which one is you? Hee hee. Die. very much. And now Kafka. Let's run, 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 run. Hello, my dude. Ooh!
Here to crash the party?
Keep up.
You can fight it.
Or rock with it. Ow.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
And
Good
now
times.
for the
Never
boom.
time to say bye.
Bye. Boom.
We're just having fun.
Stand still.
This song's for you.
Let's rock.
Could you like not? Oh, finally, Moses. After marking an enemy as prey, temporarily depart after prey's attack. Moses launches follow-up attack. Prey's attack. Moses deals additional damage. Moses. So cool. He's so fucking cool. Ah, look at you. Ah, look at you. Look at your chiseled chest. Look at that. Whoa. You can see the chest. Whoa. Whoa. Hiding. Like, Arutaki Ito could never have that chest. Arutaki Ito wished he had the chest so badly, so he just like slapped, like, he painted like abs on himself. Shush, I said no spoilers, no spoilers. Shush, I'm gonna ignore that comment and forget it even exists.
Crow feather stealth.
And hey.
Keep going.
Ah! Do. Eat fun. Meow meow. Like when I saw the splash shot, I thought like he had a grudge or something against Face Shao. Like was he trying to save her or something? Like did he feel guilt that she put herself in danger for him? Because you got that sickness thing going on. Alright. Feel hot state of the other done to complete every point charges. Afraid when charged not charged rating. Okay.
Fight changes with changelessness.
What happened to your voice? Oh, you got a different voice actor. Your voice was like so deep.
Who will it be?
You.
Enemy data secure. Net marker activated. Time for middle counterattack. Who invited you? Commencing support.
That's all you got?
Who will it be?
Time to reap. You cannot hide.
Oh!
Everything's worth.
Oh, stars! Give these trailblazers your help!
Nothing.
I'm the shadow. Time to lose.
No manners,
I'm not a fan of the new voice. Just a bit too rough.
We have
I'm
that
an
right here.
Jeep, my boy. I am a Jeep.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counter.
Charge! In the mood for another beat? Nice, like a good, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
I'm so fucking pumped to meet Rekka. Like, holy shit. I've never seen him. Like, he's like, I love Aventurine. Aventurine won me over with his personality and backstory. And, like, just him as a character. But holy fuck, Mr. Rekka is like my type to a T. That I honestly was just having, like, I was just having a full on, like crush panic, I guess it is. Like, the best I can describe it is like love at first sight. I was just like hyperventilating and holy fuck, who is this guy? Holy shit. And I was like, wait, he's a 4-star, no! I mean, like, on one hand saved my wallet, but on the other hand it's like, why are you fucking 4-star? Hey, I'm trying to get here. Name Matana. Like he doesn't deserve to be a 4-star. He deserves to be more. Like, fucking hell. Anyway, I think that's all for that. Oh, see, Yunli. I'm gonna change my team. Boot Hill, why are you dead? Why are you dead, bro? Bro! What killed you? Heal up. Yeah. Yeehaw, I'm a cowboy. Good night, Fern. Hello.
You're here. Let me show you a trick.
Hi, dear. You came to play with me? A great hero like you finding time to play with me can't be easy. Want to chat with you? Alright, what did you want to talk about? Let's get it all out. How's it going with Ghostly Grove? It's doing great. We've been getting loads of followers since we solved that case. The Realm Keeping Commission actually got in touch with me recently and asked me to be their local Mythbuster ambassador. I'm not really sure why I'm an account that deals with the cult has now become the embassy of mythbusting. Either way, I still have a lot of related live streams. When I get a chance next, the ghost hunting squad are going to get together to talk about all our stories and try to get some tips. Ooh. I wonder if we'll have like a sequel. Like a follow-up of the Fixer's Garden class. Could that be cool? Get the gang back together. Like with Halloween coming up. Maybe. That'd be cool. Do you still perform offline? Of course! You don't think that I'm one of those idiot streamers that get famous online and completely forgets who I am, do you? These days, the online world changes every minute. Going viral and getting cancelled can all happen in the blink of an eye. Aerobatics and Folkox is still where my skills lie. My dad once told me, one can go anywhere in the universe, but they must never forget where they came from. I came from Miss Yo's aerobatics group. Where are you from originally? Originally? Honestly, I don't really remember. I ran away when I was little. I don't think there's a life left on that planet anymore. All I remember is that when I was young, I lived in a huge house with an amazing garden plaza. It was about the size of Arm Alley, actually. I also remember my dad was a great man. He taught me a lot of life lessons. Although as I grew up, I realized that my dad might have been a corrupt minister. I had to take all of his lessons with a pinch of salt. I ran from my planet and escaped an IPC mining planet. They escaped to an IPC mining planet. My siblings and I lived there for many years, but there's not much to say about it. When I came to the Shenzhou and became Little Gui, the street performer you see today. The fortune teller told me that there is a wind in my blood. That I'm destined to a life of wandering. But I think this is a good thing. We short-lived species only have a limited time and the cosmos is so vast, it would be a shame not to explore it properly. Let's catch up another time. Yeah, another time. Remember to come back and see me in our Alley whenever. If you don't get time, just send me a tip on my live stream. Alright, Yunli, let's go.
Ah, there you are. I was looking around before you got here. I already looked everywhere, but March 7th is nowhere to be found.
Just running away. Maybe Sharon is actually...
Forget it. Let's just assume she successfully skipped class. Actually, she's been quite diligent in her swordplay practice and hasn't taken many breaks lately. I think she deserves a day off. Besides, I used to skip classes even more than her back when I was still learning. If I was in the mood, I could train for 3 days straight. But if I wasn't in the mood, none of my seniors could find me. So, I can understand where she's coming from.
So then, can I go back?
No need. I asked you to come, so I won't send you away empty-handed. Since you're here, let me treat you to some tasty food. I'm more interested in you today.
Me? Shouldn't what? That mean because I'm not learning swordplay from you.
Let's
Ooh.
walk and talk.
Sorry, got like burp coming out of me. Ah. You're not talking. Oh, we're not walking. Anyway, I just want to look at my fate. Okay. Alright, let's go back to the little food. The Luminary Dance. So there's only 2 chapters. Oh, yeah. 2 arcs. I'm currently on this one. Dawn to War. Wait, what's this? Oh no, that's the event quest.
Misha told me there's tasty food in Aru Valley. Let's go there. A table for 2, please.
All right, come on in. What would you like?
Well, we'll have one of everything on the menu.
The entire menu?
Do you think it'll be enough?
You're worried you won't be able to finish it all.
Oh, don't worry. There are 2 of us.
Okay, bye, see you in a bit. You confidently.
Well, then I'll start making a few dishes, and if you need more, just let me know.
Thank you.
Are you sure you don't need to look for much?
I've thought about it. She deserves a day off.
Do you usually eat a lot?
Yeah. I mean, not too much, actually. Grandpa said to never be stingy when it comes to making friends. So, how big is your appetite?
My stomach is a bottomless pit.
Ah, then eat to your heart's content.
Did you just say you're interested in me?
Well, to be more precise, I'm interested in your sword.
My what? I don't have a
Yanqing
sword.
mentioned you before. He said that you're not to be underestimated, and that your weapon has a unique shape. So, I've always been curious about your sword. How the weight is distributed, what material it's made of, whether it contains any special ingenia, and what kind of sword techniques you use.
It's not a sword. It's not a sword, it's a baseball bat.
Seriously? A bat?
Are you disappointed?
The opposite. This is fascinating.
We place back the most tragic companion, perhaps only second to excellent part sound down hung while they become problem before Yunli's gaze.
So, it really is a baseball bat. Grandpa said that a sword doesn't have to be constrained by its shape. So, in a sense, your bat is a sword too. He also said that a weapon mimics its master. So, your bat actually reflects your habits in nature, you know? Let me guess. You're someone who doesn't follow the rules, enjoys improvising, and can handle yourself well against tough foes. Am I right?
Rules are made to be broken. Oh, you're mistaken. Oh, if I have you been secretly filming me?
Amazing, right? And I bet you always say something silly like, rules are made to be broken. I've come across so many sword wielders who acted all righteous and moral, but were really just liars. Their swords always told the truth, though. They told me that their wielders were just a bunch of frauds who relied on their divine weapons for everything. I've hunted down hundreds of swords like this so far, and every single one of them has been melted down.
But you take people's swords by force and melt them down?
Yes, but only for those who cross the line. Melting their swords is my way of protecting those weapons.
So you destroy the weapons
Just
to
looking
protect
at the
them.
sword is not enough. Grandpa always says, words and expressions can be deceiving, but in a fight to the death, a sword's movements never lie. The war dance is just around the corner. You'll be participating, right?
Miss Yunli, for talented sword masters like you, the war dance is a perfect opportunity to show off your skills and make a name for yourself. But for people like him, who have already made significant contributions to the Xianzhou, they maybe don't need to prove themselves on the war dance stage. It has been a while, Mr. Nameless.
Hello.
And you are?
She helps Laura Malley.
Thank you for your introduction, Mr. Nameless. I'm Shi Kuei, and I work in the Palace of Astrum as the secretary for the Helmmaster. I apologize for interrupting your conversation. I happened to hear you discussing the war dance. And since
hello.
this person is an old
David
acquaintance,
John
I thought I'd come
Calixto.
say hello.
And your profile pic is of the Xenothero furry guy.
Yes,
Nice to
the
meet
war
you.
dance approaching. Many guests from afar are pouring in. Mr. Pavo here is one of them. He's from the distant planet Kalevala. Mr. Pavo's planet recently joined the Pan-Cosmic Trade System. He brought his delegation here this time, not only for business, but also to return something that belongs to the Xianzhou.
Miss Shikwe, the word gift is perhaps more fitting than return. While it did once belong to the Xianzhou, we faced many tribulations to be able to deliver it here, so it should be considered a gift.
I apologize for my poor choice of words. Mr. Pavo's delegation brought a legendary Xianzhou sword that had been lost for centuries. General Huayan plans to personally thank them at the Palace Astrum and present the sword as a prize to the champion of the war dance. Mr. Pavo and I were actually on our way there. Since you two were talking so enthusiastically about the war dance, maybe you'd be interested in joining us at the Palace of Astrum?
Hello, Pavo.
Nice to meet you both. The journey to the Xianzhou Luofu wasn't an easy one, but the scenery here is worth it. It's completely different from my homeland. Once the formalities at the Palace of Astrum are finished, I'll find a quiet spot on this street and plant a seedling, and then my mission will be complete. The Sword of Heroes will finally be returned to its rightful owners. I couldn't be happier.
That's about Kalevala.
Oh, you're interested in my home planet? That's great. Your Excellency is welcome to visit us at any time. Even though the trade route just opened, it still might take around 200 system hours to get there from Pier Point. But our planet is really great. Yeah, sure, it's a bit cold and the food is a bit repetitive and our houses aren't as fancy as those on Pier Point, but that doesn't matter. We've discovered massive Supernium deposits, and we're on the path to prosperity.
I wonder if we'll ever get to Pier Point, because that's an IPC planet base area. There's also with Boot Hill's target is said to be hiding in, I'm not sure. Or it's like something related, it's been a while.
Oh, you mean the Mieka Kivesa?
The Mieka Kivesa.
That weapon helped the legendary heroes of my homeland slay demons. It is highly revered. It also has the power to choose monarchs. All the ancient kings of Kalevala received a sign from the sword, showing they were worthy to rule the land. According to tradition, each monarch would plunge the sword into a stone, and only a hero recognized by the sword could pull it out and ascend to the throne next.
Is this some sort of biometric technology?
Well, those are just legends from the past. No one today has witnessed it firsthand.
Why don't you keep the sword for yourself?
Well, times have changed, and now that we have a council in place, the idea of a sword crowning a king has become a joke. Besides, it wasn't a native of Kalevala who last pulled out the sword and recognized its connection to the Xianzhou ship. It was a visitor from afar. While the sword holds great historical significance for Kalevala, it doesn't truly belong to our world. The old-timers on council had a heated debate about whether to return the sword. They eventually unanimously agreed to let the Mieka Kivesa return to where it truly belongs. That's the best possible outcome.
I'm going to witness its return.
Wonderful. It's an honor to have so many people witness the sword's homecoming.
Random guy shouting in the background.
Let's head to the Palace of Astrum together. Hmm?
No interest in sword, to be honest. I'd love to take a look at the sword too.
I know, right? Thanks to March 7th skipping class, we get to join in on the fun. Grandpa always asks me to go look at swords with him, but he hasn't said anything about this one. It's really weird. But now that we're invited, let's go and check it out.
Dumplings and steamed buns.
All this free time, why not make the most of it with a game?
There you are. Come on, let's go to the ceremony together.
Let's go. Argentine!
Please allow me to offer a sincere compliment to my fair lady. Your beauty is as pure as a snow-white iris.
Just ignore it.
Well, if it isn't my dear friend, glad to meet you again.
Too much energy.
Who is this weirdo?
Very weird.
Who is this knight?
I am Argenti, a member of the Knights of Beauty. I was invited as a part of the Kalevala delegation to escort the legendary Mieka Kivesa back to the Xianzhou.
Lower.
May I have the honor
Karma.
of knowing your name?
My name
More
is
dignified.
What a beautiful name. I wonder if you have ever heard the holy name of the pure and flawless goddess Adrilla.
Oh, you're here, Yunli. Didn't expect you to
sounds
be
more
so
like a
well
joke.
informed. Well, that you're here, don't forget your manners.
Manners. Come on.
Manners,
you won't
manners.
find another granddaughter as polite and well-behaved as me.
Well, just remember this is a very serious ceremony. Sorry for keeping you waiting, Mr. Pavo. Now, let the sword gifting ceremony begin.
Before the ceremony officially commences, I want to express my gratitude to the Knight Argenti.
Did he hold the sword?
Thank you for enlightening us about the sword's origin, and for escorting it here safely so that we may complete this ceremony.
Woo, go Argenti!
On behalf of the Kalevalan delegation, I, Honkai Starrai, am here to return the legendary Mieka Kifesa to the Xianzhou Alliance, its rightful homeland.
I'm truly grateful for Kalevala's noble act of returning the sword, and for the Knight of Beauty's chivalry. Now, as we gather here on the Xianzhou Lahu, I officially welcome the sword back to its homeland. Mieka Kifesa. It's a fitting name for a sword with such a legendary past. I still remember the name engraved on this sword the day it was forged. Gu Yin. It was forged by Han Guang, craftsman from the Zhu Ming's Flame Wheel Forge.
Wait. Hangguang?
Shoot that your dad or no?
Although its blade is worn and cracked, its essence remains as resilient as the Xianzhou Cloud Knights. All it needs is some repairs and polishing by the skilled craftsmen of the Artisanship Commission to regain its former glory. I've decided to entrust this sword, Gu Yin,
Hello,
to the
little
Lawful
monster.
Artisanship Commission for restoration. Furthermore, it will serve as the prize for the champion of the Lawful War Dance.
Oh,
This sword will be wielded against abominations, to protect our homeland, and live up to the mission of the Kalevalan delegation that returned it from so far away.
Thank you, General. It is an honor for Kalevala.
Now, esteemed Knight and delegation members, please head to the Artisanship Commission, where...
No! This
I'm doing
sword
fine.
was forged by Hongguang.
Yunli! These esteemed guests have brought back your father's work. Where are your manners?
Oh, I didn't realize this sword was actually forged by your father. Returning it to its rightful owner is,
Grandpa, give me that cursed sword right now. I'll melt away the remnants of that man's curse once and for all.
Calm down, Yunli.
Don't be rude, Yunli. Apologize to our esteemed guests from afar.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for making a scene. But I have to melt down this cursed sword. I won't let it fall into anyone else's hands.
Yunli, please, go for now. This is exactly why I didn't want Yunli to know about this. I didn't want to create trouble, but trouble found its way here anyway. Perhaps it really is divine intervention. Could you, please, keep an eye on Yunli for me?
Sure thing, I'll make sure she doesn't get in trouble. General, is it really my place to get involved in your family matters?
Don't worry about it. I need your help on this. I apologize for the unfortunate interruption. Let us move on with the ceremony.
Remember, if the sword is made before her father got corrupted.
Unless I'm mistaken, Yunli should be around here somewhere.
That's a hefty battleship there.
Ah, there you are. Song Yunli.
Did Grandpa send you to look for me? I bet he did.
I'm true kid, I care about you.
Really? Thank you.
I lied,
Just
like
so
a
you know,
liar.
I'm here just waiting for the perfect moment to snatch that sword. And once I have it, I'll melt it down before anyone can react. Don't even think about stopping me. No one can stop me.
No one can help you if you don't explain what's going on.
Grandpa sent you here. Surely he doesn't want you to help me. Have you heard of cursed swords? That sword is one.
So it's like a sacred...
I guess that's what it means, literally. A cursed sword lets anyone, even a complete novice, wield it with insane skill. Just by holding the hilt, even the weakest rookie can brandish it with incredible speed and strength.
It's not like Mark said if you ride around this one day.
I'm not joking around. And I'm not making up some crazy story. While a cursed sword grants instant abilities to its wielder, it comes at a cost. It's like continuously adding fuel to the forge. With each swing, the sword drains the wielder's blood and essence. Day by day, the fuel will run out, leaving nothing but an empty husk. Soon enough, he'll no longer be a person wielding a sword, but a mindless, killing machine, consumed by bloodlust and murderous thoughts.
Sounds oddly familiar. I like being possessed by Heliobos.
So you're familiar with Heliobi. That makes this much easier to explain. There was a lunatic swordsmith who infused metal blades with Heliobi, as he was obsessed with turning weapons into living things. And this is how cursed swords were made.
Green is one of those cursed swords.
I know, I shouldn't have caused a scene at the sword gifting ceremony. But I've thought this through. If I don't make a fuss now, that cursed sword will cause a whole lot more trouble. So it's better if it's me causing the trouble. By the way, aren't they supposed to be taking the sword to the Artisanship Commission for repairs? Why haven't they come out yet? Any ideas?
Maybe the other way is out of the past.
Looks like they're not going to show up here. I'll just head straight to the Artisanship Commission. It doesn't matter why Grandpa chose that sword. I won't let it fall into anyone else's hands. I'll track down every single sword he forged and melt them down one after another. Just like I've been doing all these years.
I'm doing Yunli's quest first. I am.
Is she planning to sneak into the Artisanship Commission and steal that sword?
Read the title! Read the title! The title of my stream is 2.5 story and Yunli's story. I'm doing Yunli's first.
The Artisanship Commission is so big. Where could she be?
No, I didn't. I can't edit it. I'm on YouTube. I'm on PlayStation. I even said in Discord that I was gonna do Yunli's quest first and
Just
then
a while
the story.
ago, a girl came up to me, all fierce and demanding directions. She said she's a member of the Artisanship Commission. Do you know her?
No idea who she is. If she really works here, how can she not know her way around?
I know her. She's on the Shangela Commission's other mission.
Oh, I see. That explains it then.
Explains what? It explains nothing at all.
She said something like, I'm a member of the Artisanship Commission. Where do you keep your precious stuff? I got scared and pointed her toward Master Gongshu's warehouse, where he stores his arumatons.
Wait, why did you
No.
give her directions?
I didn't.
What if she's planning to steal something?
I didn't. As soon as I finished March 7th quest, I went, peace, I'm out. I'm doing Yunli's quest another time.
Where else? Like I said, she was
Too
headed
tired.
straight for the warehouse, where all the valuable arumatons are.
Yeah, that place is filled with Master Gongshu's precious arumatons. I bet they'll give her a hard time.
Why did you send a child to somewhere full of dangerous robots? Wow. Should have sent her to the police station instead. Just actively just put a child at risk. Wow. Oh, this is not accident. Wow, piece of work.
What are you doing here? Look, if I get into trouble, it's my problem. I don't want to drag you into it.
It doesn't really talk about this. I probably should grab my Q&A.
Fine. Let's smash these metal cans first. Then we can talk.
Oh? Every petal in life's garden, all will be swept away by the wind.
Eternal. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe
I'll
take
keep
it
them
all.
all.
Let's do it.
Dreams do come true.
Blame yourself.
Call it.
Sure, I'll play along.
Ooh.
Some value, I suppose.
Let's improvise. The mood is set. Let the show
I'll
begin.
begin. Owie! Owie!
Watch your head.
You're dead!
That was the last of them. Thank you for helping me out. This place is heavily guarded. But there's nothing but arumatons. Where is the arsenal? Seems like not even those craftsmen know where the arsenal is. At this rate, we won't find anything. And Grandpa might take me away before I can do anything. You're not really here to help me. You're here to stop me, right?
Of course I'm here to stop you, I just can't stand you watch you get in trouble.
You have a kind soul. But if you want to stop me, you'll have to prove yourself. You probably think I'm being impulsive and unreasonable, right?
So you are self-aware after all.
Hey, I'm not always like this. It's all because of that cursed sword.
Why don't you tell me anything?
Look. I owe you an explanation. But this isn't the best place to talk. We need to find somewhere else. Let me be clear, though. I'm still pretty riled up. This is just a temporary break. I already told you about Guyan. The sword that was returned during the ceremony. It's a cursed sword, with a heliobus inside. And Hongguang, the swordsmith who forged it, is my father. I rarely mention his name to anyone other than Grandpa. Maybe.
Sorry, my friend just texted me last night, and we're just looking at messages now, ranting about how Iron Mouse channel got taken down. And she scored a date with a guy she likes. Doing better than I am.
Yeah, like you said, I've been avoiding having to talk about him. But as long as my mission to hunt down cursed swords continues, it's impossible to avoid the topic forever. For some reason, I feel like I can open up to you.
My protagonist.
Honestly,
aura.
I don't remember much about him. All I know is that the Pyrogyre Forge used to be a bustling place, with people from all over coming to get one of his swords. They called him the greatest master craftsman since Yingxing. I didn't catch all the details, but I do remember seeing him forge those amazing swords, while the visitors watched with smiles on their faces. I used to believe that craftsmen brought happiness to others. The swords crafted by the Pyrogyre Forge are famed across the stars. They possess exceptional sharpness and invincibility. With these legendary weapons, even ordinary people can become skilled warriors, capable of overcoming the most formidable opponents. But then, he became obsessed with becoming a famed swordsmith, and started crossing all sorts of lines. He forged cursed swords that should never exist. And all those people who desired those twisted swords started flooding into the palace.
What if Guiyang, the sword, is not cursed?
Just like Grandpa said,
what if it was a sword before he became obsessed?
Will eventually suffer by it.
Like the last
the palace is overrun with visitors from afar. Some left empty-handed. Others got swords that didn't fulfill their desires. And some even resorted to stealing. And in the midst of all the chaos my father created, he ended up being stabbed by one of the swords he forged. It was so sudden and unexpected. Everything went silent for a moment. All I could hear was the sound of bones breaking and blood pouring out. I was frozen in place, unable to move. It was only when my mother pushed me away from the deadly swing of the cursed sword that I managed to escape. I don't remember much after that, except for the pounding of my heart and the sound of my own gasps of breath. I could hear the smiths in the Pyrogyre Forge shouting, "Run away, Yunli!" And the screams of agony My tears wouldn't stop. And I couldn't see anything. I kept gasping for air until I collapsed in a pool of blood. If General Huayan hadn't arrived in time, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you now. After that, General Huayan took me in and treated me like his own granddaughter. To me, he is 100 times better than my sinful father. He taught me forging and swordsmanship. Han Guang paid for his sins, but his troubled legacy must not go unchecked. According to the records, he forged a total of 1,382 Heliobus cursed swords, and 182 of them had unique designs. When I joined the Pyrogyre Forge for training, I made a vow to hunt down all those cursed swords.
Sorry, did she say Pyrogyre Forge?
When I joined the Pyrogyre Forge
it's
for
Flame
training,
Wheel Forge, girl.
When I joined the Pyrogyre Forge...
Does that look like a Pyrogyre Forge to you? It looks like Flame Wheel Forge to me. Someone got the words mixed up.
When I joined the Pyrogyre Forge for... So far, I found 312 of them, and Guyan will be my 313th. Like all the other cursed swords, I'll separate it from the Heliobus. Then, I'll melt it down and make it part of the Blade of Forged Remnants. I've said my piece now. Even though it'll be tough for Grandpa, I still have to melt down the sword.
They gotta even call it the sword.
Those travelers who came seeking Han Guang's swords all came in the name of justice and honor. Most of those so-called great heroes were heartless killers. They are only called heroes because they won. Many of the cursed swords I've destroyed had honorable and grand names, too. A legendary sword and a butcher's knife are often just different ways of describing the same thing. Somehow, after talking to you, I feel like I've cooled off a bit. Well, I'll have an honest conversation with Grandpa tomorrow. And I won't take any action against Guyan until he gives me his reasons.
Don't forget to apologize to General.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that in a public place. Anyway, thank you. We'll catch up tomorrow.
I should go back to the Palace of Astrum and to tell General Huayan what happened at the Artisanship Commission.
Ballhead.
My granddaughter didn't cause any trouble, did she, young man?
Please, Mr. Huayan.
Sorry for all this trouble. Yunli told you quite a bit. Now it's time for this old man to tell my side of the story. Han Guang was my beloved disciple. A rare genius not seen in the Pyrogyre Forge since Yingxing. However, talent can sometimes be a curse. He had an unusual fervor for forging, and he dreamed of forging a sword with self-awareness that surpassed that of humans. He believed it would make warriors invincible without any training. According to him, while weapons of mass destruction like dooming flames and alchemical arrows can destroy many enemies, true victory lies with soldiers who fearlessly fight, ready to lay their lives on the line. Usually, Xianzhou swordsmiths infuse a basic level of awareness into their swords to make them easier to wield. But even then, soldiers need to experience countless battles to overcome fear and sharpen their instincts.
So I thought of using Heliobi to absorb the ship. So using Heliobi to make weapons.
By infusing Heliobi into swords, he managed to forge weapons that could grant their wielders strength and valor, and even make decisions for them. However, weapons are different from regular tools. They are meant to kill, plain and simple. After countless battles, all the anger, fear, and bloodlust are soaked up by the Heliobi within the swords. The soldiers wielding them not only gain strength, they also become consumed by the malice, turning them into puppets possessed by the swords. No matter how noble Hongguang's intentions were, those weapons, soaked in blood, turned into cursed swords eventually. Later, Outworlders got wind of what he was doing and encouraged him to keep forging cursed swords. They came up with all sorts of reasons, from taking back their kingdoms to slaying demons. And you know what happened next. That massacre took her parents' lives, and the lives of many craftsmen in the Pyrogyre Forge. Yunli managed to survive, but she couldn't escape the horrors of that day.
That's why I didn't want her to see that sword.
Yes. I don't want her to spend her whole life trapped under her father's shadow. She doesn't deserve to carry the weight of his mistakes. Despite her vow to hunt down and wipe out all cursed swords, fulfilling that vow requires immense effort. Traversing the starry seas in search of the swords is like finding a needle in a haystack. And to reclaim those swords, she has to duel the bloodthirsty wielders, teetering on the edge of life and death. She has taken back over 300 cursed swords and has suffered the same number of fatal wounds. I took her in to give her a chance at a normal childhood, not to send her on a sword-hunting journey. Even if she manages to melt down all the cursed swords one day, what will she do with her life after?
Does this sword really contain Heliobus?
is indeed one of the cursed swords forged by Hongguang. Very few swordsmiths could use Heliobi as forging material, and Hongguang was one of them. His attempt came at a terrible cost. I thought this sword could be an opportunity. I wanted to tell her that her father wasn't all evil, that even the man she resents so much managed to forge a true sword of heroes. I also wanted to find a chance to tell her about the history and origin of this sword, but not during the ceremony. As you saw, it wasn't a good time. I've instructed the Artisanship Commission to keep the sword safe in the arsenal. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask the people involved.
Master Gonshu, there's something I want to talk to you about from Master Gonshu. Give me the General Ryan gave the Lufu a sword called the Guyan. Don't worry, Ryan already transferred instructions. Right, I heard about my apprentice only was sword by the Artisanship Commission. That General's Ryan's gone alright. Is she here to chat or kidnap me? Calm down now. Like promised me he wouldn't take Guyan until they confirmed the situation. What? You're going to steal the sword? My nose can't take much more of this. The Knight of Beauty just extorted the sword to the Artisanship Commission. It is currently in the army without a chance to compromise or miss out. Just relax. When I have time, I want to hear that girl tell me why she tried to steal the blade.
Since my granddaughter mentioned talking to me tomorrow, I'll be waiting for her. By the way, you watched over her for quite some time. You must be exhausted, aren't you?
Pretty like I never get tired. Pretty darn exhausted.
I'll be counting on you then.
Time to go back and find that class-skipping March 7th.
After finish it all, you turn your press and came face to face match sound skipping class. So milk tea and gossiping, time slipped away and noticed the next day arrived. That's a good. Oh no, Dahao. Sorry. Are you there, Felix? Are you able to cooperate with us for a bit? Care to come by to the Artisanship Commission? What's the matter? To make a long story short, last year's petition we see the old test today from Gilhan. Today when we checked in, the sword has vanished. Anyway, the Round Creek Commission critical investigation and the reservation division. I don't be careful. Told him to keep careful watch. I don't even know about the current situation here for this case. Anyway, the one who attended said, next time we left to clear out Bible because the suspect and mentioned a young girl who broke the execution with a sword in hand. She bears Vulcan's supervision. Alright, no child will see you at the execution. Stand down! The wheels are turning. There's no healing for me. Stand down! The wheels are turning. An unending dream. Stand up! The wheels are turning. There's no healing for me. Stand down! You know, it just occurred to me. You know all those sea fishes and whales that are flying around Penacony? I wonder if Mikhail made them after the whales and that above the Astro Express. Like, I wonder if like it's like a little homage to the Astro Express. Just a thought. And stop! Wheels are spinning, something spinning on its feet and stop! The wheels are spinning. Ah! And it's the adventures! Ooh, how did he get that shot, March? The wheels are spinning, something spinning on its feet and stop! Sorry, I just had to. It's a good song. It's a good song. Anyway, the debate club.
Alright, everyone is here. It's time for questioning.
Yunli, I'm sure you understand why the official called you here, right?
I wonder if our Argenti.
Yeah? But
wait.
I didn't steal the sword.
Was it Argenti? Because I believe he's the guy who held the sword. Was he consumed by the Heliobi and took the sword? Like, I can kind of see him doing that. He finds like a piece of beauty that shouldn't be destroyed, stuff like that. Like, kind of like he had like some weird moments where he was just staring intently at the sword and stuff.
Now is not the time to use your reputation like that. If we don't recover the sword, we will be breaking our promise to the law
We just
and
had to
betraying
all
the
song,
delegation.
yeah.
We're counting on you to find the truth, Official Dahao.
Yes. It's my duty to thoroughly investigate the case. Though Yunli is firm in her words, we can't just rely on her testimony.
After everything, the sword still got stolen. They should have given it to me from the beginning.
Just keep
In
quiet.
this case of Gu Yun's theft, everyone involved seems suspicious to some extent. Miss Yunli is the main suspect. First, during the sword gifting ceremony, Yunli openly expressed her intention to steal the sword. She even mentioned it multiple times. After the ceremony, she broke into the Artisanship Commission and destroyed Arumatons in an attempt to get the sword. Am I right?
That's true.
The Realm Keeping Commission inspected the arsenal where Gu Yun was stored, and there were no signs of forced entry through the doors or windows. The only possible entrance or exit was a small window gap, just a few inches wide.
Ah, it's a locked room murder mystery. I wish we had my son here.
Hey! It's just a theft. The box containing Gu Yun was opened and the sword went missing. But none of the other swords in the room were touched. Which means...
So I knew about the box on the sword.
Well, I do know about the box and the cursed sword.
Exactly. The suspect had a clear motive and took only Gu Yun. So, besides the ceremony participants, only the delegation members had access to the sword.
Could it be Argenti stole the sword?
Argenti? Oh, that Knight of Beauty. He was with the delegation when they handed over the sword to the Artisanship Commission. You might not know, but he's the one who recognized the sword's origin in Kalevala and escorted it back to the Xianzhou. In other words, he's the one who made it possible for the sword to come home. So, he wouldn't have gone through all that trouble to bring it to the Law Fu if he wanted to keep the sword for himself.
Unless he got concerned about the Heliobi. Someone from the delegation also.
In that case, why would they return it to the Xianzhou in the first place?
Maybe not everyone in the delegation is same agenda.
That makes sense. The delegation, led by the Knight of Beauty, delivered the sword to the Artisanship Commission. The craftsmen who received it testified that they didn't take anything from the arsenal. Master Gongshu checked the work records, and I questioned all the craftsmen and apprentices who were on shift at the time. But I didn't find any suspicious individuals.
Could it be the ISIL?
So? Did you steal it?
No, I didn't.
Then stop joking around.
I can prove that he came to me after leaving the Artisanship Commission, so he couldn't have stolen the sword.
To put it simply, not everyone who's seen the sword has been to the Artisanship Commission, and not everyone who might want the sword has seen it. So, the only remaining suspect is Miss Yunli.
Stole it, trust.
Fair enough.
So...
I didn't steal the sword.
Well, when you've eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
No, this isn't the only remaining possibility.
If you want to prove me wrong, you'd better come up with some solid evidence.
Heliobus.
Let me gather my thoughts. I need to help Yunli clear her name.
Heliobus.
Did we miss any clues?
Heliobus. Kana used the steel Goyong is indeed a sight to behold, as the beauty is radiant, perhaps the very beauty that has drawn unwanted attention. Regardless, was one of the few pieces of physical evidence left on scene, just hold truth of the thief. Sword case exterior. Sword case masterly adorned with metal wire inlays traces the pattern of lotus flowers, subtly proclaimed its origin from the illustrious Shenzhou Zhuming. Sword case lock. The locking mechanism nestled within the case remains intact, bearing no markings of external force or tampering.
So, the thief took the sword from the case without picking a lock.
Open sword case. Notice a few smears of red at the bottom of the sword case interior. It's hard to ignore, as if deliberately declaring the existence of those who are viewing the sword case. That's the red coloring from the exterior of the sword case. Petals! 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 Argenti! A few petals teetering on the brink of withering, more precisely, a single rose petal.
Why is this flower petal inside the case?
Argenti, throw the case and put it back. Argenti! What the fuck did you do? Is Argenti around? No, he's not around. Yunli.
I don't want to make things difficult for official Dahao. Let's do this his way and prove my innocence. If I can find that cursed sword, I can prove my innocence right away.
That would be too convenient. How about you plan to find... No, that would make it look like you did steal it.
There's something else bothering me. Why would the thief take the sword, but leave the case behind? Did they melt down the sword like I wanted to?
Is it really that strange?
Carrying around the sword like that would be pretty conspicuous. Wouldn't a thief prefer to take the case as well?
Who could have thought that the Mieka Kivesa would be stolen? And that the prime suspect is General Huayan's granddaughter? Regardless, we've accomplished our mission. And now it's the Xianzhou's problem. By the way, why did that girl call it a cursed sword? It's quite upsetting.
Because the sword can take over the wheel's mind.
Now, let me get something straight. On Kalevala, this sword has always been highly revered. The first master of the Mieka Kivesa slew countless demons and then passed it down to a line of wise monarchs. The monarchs would heed the guidance of the hero spirits within the sword and gain insight into defeating their enemies.
Now was that a voice? Was that actually the voice of the Heliobus?
Helio. What? Never mind. The point is that the Mieka Kivesa did help the ancestors of Kalevala build a strong foundation. It's definitely not a cursed sword.
Denial.
If you've found any clues, feel free to tell everyone. All right. Come back.
Yunli says she didn't steal the sword, and I am willing to believe her. But I know well that Yunli can be impulsive. So if she did steal the sword on a whim, I won't show her any favors. You were with Yunli yesterday, young man. So you have the chance to prove her innocence. Is there anything you need to ask me?
Did she come to you afterwards?
She was still mad at me, so she didn't come by. If she had come with you, she wouldn't be a suspect right now.
How was the sword delivered?
After the ceremony, Argenti carried the sword case, and together with the delegation, they were escorted by the Cloud Knights to the Artisanship Commission. The artisan there confirmed that the sword was safely stored.
I wonder if Argenti can make illusions. That's why it's only petals left, because the petals were turned into the sword to create the illusion that the sword was still there. But Argenti, who was carrying the case, already took the sword out.
I'm counting on you then.
Yes, I received your message yesterday and went to
Hello,
the arsenal
Dr.
to check on
Gonshu.
it. But when I went back this morning, all that was left was the case. I don't know anything else, so asking more questions won't help, I'm afraid. However, as the Master Artisan of the Artisanship Commission, I've got to clarify something. Even though the sword was stolen, this commission is still highly secure. Wait, no. I just remembered. My precious aromatons was smashed!
Alright, let's go.
You found any clues?
Thank you. But I'm not sure if I can convince Mr. Daw how.
100% sure. Fine. Let me go through my reasoning again. You can interrupt if anything feels off. Throughout the entire incident, there was only one suspect who broke into the Artisanship Commission, and that was Miss Yunli. Miss Yunli caused a ruckus at the Artisanship Commission, trying to take away Guyun. But you stopped her in her tracks. After bidding farewell to you, Yunli pretended to leave, but snuck into the arsenal alone and stole Guyun. We haven't found any other suspects or evidence.
What about this?
I found this in the crevice at the bottom of the case.
A rose petal? Huh. Yeah, I must have missed it during the search. But why was there a petal inside the case?
I don't know. But I do know that wherever that Knight of Beauty goes, he always leaves behind a trail of rose petals that's almost impossible to clean up.
My thoughts are a mess. Let me sort them out. The sword case was never locked, which is evidence that only someone who delivered the sword could have done that. And the rose petal was probably left behind by that Knight of Beauty. But how did he manage to take the sword from the Artisanship Commission? Why did he steal it after returning it here? And why would he leave that petal in the case?
I thought you asked me.
Guyun flew out of the case on its own. The Knight of Beauty only unlocked the box to aid its escape.
Don't be ridiculous. How can a sword escape from a case on its own?
You've never seen a flying sword before?
I've only heard about the Mieka Kifesa being able to fly in legends. But even if it could fly, why would the Knight of Beauty do this?
Like I said, the sword contains a heliobus. Argenti must have been under the control of the sword. Maybe he was under its control even before you arrived on the Lofu.
Official Dahao, where can we find that knight?
Let me see. The docking location of Argenti's ship. The one and only.
Let's go. We've got to find Argenti before that sword completely takes over his mind.
All this free time, why not make the most of it with a game?
You can't change it.
Evangelion moment? Why the fuck does he have a chair behind him? Like, is this an Evangelion moment? I'm just gonna sit down, contemplate life. Oh shit. From one guy to another. What the fuck? Go on this guy if you hate with 109 kind and 7 armor rather if you think it's sort you out. Seventh day of month X 1604. Got the sword behind him.
I've been waiting for you here for quite a while.
Knight of Beauty. You're the one who stole Guyun, right? Hand it over. You have no idea how dangerous that cursed sword is.
Dangerous? In my humble opinion, the real danger is always the hand wielding the weapon.
So you intentionally let the rolls power behind?
Yes, I did. As a Drilla's knight, I've sworn to live in poverty, and I abhor theft. I had to leave behind a rose petal in order to keep my promise to Master Guyon and uphold my knightly oath.
Master Guyon?
What do you mean?
I agreed to assist Master Guyon in its escape from the Xianzhou. As the person who pulled it from the stone monument, captivated by its beauty, I must not let it down. I couldn't stay in the arsenal to convince the craftsman, nor did I want to take the sword like a thief. That's why I left behind a small piece of evidence that pointed to my identity, in the hope of an open and honest conversation with you.
Whatever your reasons are, you were planning to take the cursed sword away from the Xianzhou. Hand it over to me.
Back then, it was the beauty of Master Guyon that impressed me. So I willingly embarked on the journey to return the sword. But unfortunately, Master Guyon's homeland is no longer the ideal place for it to return to. As a Knight of Beauty, I must not abandon it halfway.
Oh no. He's completely captivated by the power of that cursed sword.
It's like a devil that can mess with your
That's what makes
mind.
cursed swords so scary.
Captivated? No! I am touched by Master Guyon's flawless beauty. To be honest, I'm confused why none of you can understand this sword. This is quite heartrending. I've already made up my mind to take Master Guyon away from the Xianzhou.
That cursed sword has messed with your ability to think. But I'll break you free from its grip.
No,
I'll
I think that's
shatter
just our
its
Genty.
illusion. And the sword itself.
That's just a Genty being our
Fair
Genty.
lady, if you're intent on taking away this person, this sword that
Like,
is
you
under
think-
my protection, please engage me with a fair duel according to knightly etiquette. As a representative of this duel, I, Argenti, challenge you.
Yeah, it's just him being normal.
I swear on the spirit of chivalry, in
Like,
front of a drill
if
of
he
the
can,
beauty,
like,
that I
riz
will
up
represent
a
Master
plant,
Guyon in this duel.
he can totally
If I win, you
see
will
a
allow
sword
Master
as a
Guyon
real
to leave
person.
the Xianzhou with me. And if you best me, Miss Yunli, I'll accept my defeat and turn Master Guyon over to you. Do you accept my challenge, Miss Yunli?
Fine. Let's see whose desire is stronger. Your desire to take it away, or my desire to hunt down all cursed swords.
Like, did Argenti
Show me
give
what you've got.
the sword a seat? That's why there's a chair there. Like, the sword is resting against the
You're
chair.
not going to use Guyon to fight for victory?
Well, I know a thing or two about swordplay. In a proper duel like this, a knight should rely on the skills he's honed day and night.
You're a real weirdo.
Love the music.
Existence is unique. Every petal in life, all will be swept away by the wind.
There's no reasoning with you bunch anymore. Those look good.
Rise to the challenge.
Let's improvise.
Behold, this symbol of purity. The flesh wound. Rise to the challenge.
Stand
Bear witness. You're fighting a gentleman.
Take your positions.
Alright, I didn't see that. How much damage did I deal just then? So I broke it with that, and I hit him with... Holy shit. 300.
Don't miss the best timing for an attack.
Yeah, I know. 38100. 1,000 damage. That's
Dreams do come true.
Dreams do come true.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Maybe we should have done that.
Confess. I'll catch up. Report all your fight.
Yeah, when you have a Venturine on your team, like damage is just optional. Like it's just a suggestion.
There's no those good.
Like
let's improvise.
There's more to life.
Watch your head.
Like I said, it's optional.
The flesh wound.
Waiting in line for a boat.
Let the duel commence. Report all your fight.
Let's gamble, Argentine. Ah, I wanted to gamble.
I've lost. According to the rules of a knight's duel, I should keep my promise and hand over the sword to you. But before I do that, I hope that you, as the winner, might have the mercy and listen to Master Guyon's past experiences.
This sword has been cursed since the day it was forged. Place it in front of me, and let me destroy it.
Do what she says, knight.
But
you've done so much for me already. It's time for me to face her alone.
Laser sword, sacred can't find, buddies.
I'm weary of fighting. I just want to share my past with you. To explain why I wanted to escape. After that,
The same sword that stabbed her
my
father.
destiny in your hands. Are you afraid to witness my past, little girl?
Afraid? Well, you do have a different aura from other cursed swords. But you're just trying to use my curiosity to lure me in.
Well, you know best that a single touch won't snatch away anyone's sanity.
I think it's worth a shot with me.
Fine. Show me your past.
What happened to the chair? Knight understands the nightly duels, ceases arguing, and instead eagerly waits for you, and you need to listen to Guyon's story. Where did Hawaiian go? Uh-oh.
It's already impossible to contact the main Cloud Knight forces. What awaits me will be a long and lonely war.
Follow me.
I'm in Balabog.
Your memory?
I'm in Balabog because it can't be bothered to make any new locations.
It's so cold here. I didn't feel it when I was in the thick of battle, but now it's freezing me to the bone. You're indeed a masterpiece from the Xianzhou Juming. If you hadn't taken control of my body, I probably would have been decapitated in that fight.
Quiet, and stay alert. Boris and Wolf Troopers never give up the hunt.
Hey, just relax a bit. It's been over 300 days since we were both stranded on this planet. The transmitter never rings, so I guess we can't count on that anymore. The people on this planet still use beasts to pull their carts. Obviously, there's no way they can help us fix the star skiff.
Looks like we're stranded on this forsaken planet for the rest of our lives.
The rest of a Xianzhou native's life could be terribly long. Are you feeling any desperation? All by yourself in this hostile world?
Yeah, a bit. Perhaps.
When things get too rough for you to handle, just leave everything to me. No need to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Yeah, sure. If I really can't handle things anymore, I'll leave my body to you. But now is not that time.
Do you really think you can oppose an entire Borisin army with your limited skills? What are you holding out for?
It's true that I'm stranded here, but it seems like that Borisin pack is in the same boat. By the way, Guyan, do you know what a seed is? A seed may seem insignificant, but with careful cultivation and time, it can grow into a huge, unwavering tree. You said that the rest of a Xianzhou native's life could be terribly long.
Yeah.
You're right. That's why I intend to plant a seed named Resistance here, and nurture it for the rest of my life. I want to show the people of this land how to defend themselves against those monsters. I can already see the seed in the eyes of those people.
You really think you can do it? Why not just give me control, and we can revel in the bloodbath together?
What was the memory I just saw?
It was a memory of me and a Cloud Knight, stranded on an unfamiliar planet. We crash-landed on a planet occupied by Borisin. Just the two of us.
I can feel that it was a lonely war.
I'm alive. All the young people in the village.
They died for you. They died because of your big promises. Promising them a life free from the Borisin. I tasted their despair before death. They didn't see it coming. And neither will you.
I can't stay here. Let's move on to the next village.
Why? What's the point? You and your sorry excuse for an army have been fighting for over 3 decades, and you haven't won a single battle. What you're sowing is not resistance, but despair. This world is hopeless. It's completely infested with packs of Borisin. You've seen their numbers, and you know their methods. And those commoners you've put your hopes in. They just kneel down and worship the monsters devouring their children and families. Calling them Beastmasters.
Jinko, is that you?
Beastmasters for their sake. But they turned on you because they were scared of the Borisin taking revenge. You remember all that, right?
I do. I remember my first death. The Borisin cut off my head. But I also remember that if it weren't for a brave youngster who risked his neck to reattach my head and give me a proper burial, I would have disappeared completely.
Wait, you died?
I remember everything the people did for me. They left food at the entrance of my cave, fixed my fur coat, and some even joined my resistance.
How did you come back alive then?
The rest of the Xianzhou native's life is still terribly long. There will be new youngsters who will stand beside me in battle. Time is on our side.
You said it was a lonely war. No. It wasn't a war filled with loneliness, but with despair. So much despair that I don't want to ever taste it again.
What's the dragon species? The Kidahara? Oh, it's been a while since I heard the word, so I can't remember. I wonder if that guy's that lineage, and that's why he mentioned his first death. Like, he has memories of his prior reincarnation. It takes forever for them to reincarnate. Oh, what gives?
I'm leaving.
Where are you going, Your Highness?
Highness?
I'm returning to my homeland. A distant place beyond the sky. I'm not coming back.
But what should we do with you gone? What if those wolf demons show up again?
They won't, my child. You've wiped out the last of them. But
is this
before I
Kidavala?
go, I need you to do one thing for me. Even though the wolf demons are gone, new monsters will appear in this world. Soon, a demon will appear, donning golden branches and knowing only bloodshed. However, fear not, my child.
Oh, that's him. He's getting Mara struck.
That's been with me in countless battles. Use the skills I've
He's
taught
not
you.
telling them he's gonna turn into a Mara struck. Oh no! He's telling them to kill
That's
him.
not all. I need you to construct a stone monument for me. It must be large and sturdy enough to seal the remains of that demon forever. This is a debt you owe me, and you must fulfill it. Do you understand?
You lied to them. And you lied to me, too.
Oh.
You promised that you'd give your body to me when you couldn't handle things anymore.
Well, this Xianzhou native's life has finally come to an end, my old friend. How about one last chance for revenge? Come and bid me farewell for the final time.
He had long since come to some understanding.
The sword broke.
I could sense a mix of intricate emotions flowing out. It wasn't bloodlust, or anger, or fear. What he had left for you was hope.
They've learned how to fight monsters. But there's still one last monster lingering in the world. Kill it, my old friend.
Himself.
You left me there without ever looking back.
But, he's falling apart.
Thank you, my old friend. Heliobi can taste human emotions. How do my emotions taste?
Slightly different from usual Heliobi.
A hint of bitter compassion and a touch of scalding courage. Your heart's deepest desire is to end war once and for all. Now, the war is finally over. Can you hear? Even though you can't hear me anymore, my old friend, I'll do everything I can to bring an end to all conflicts in this world.
So, this is the past of the Kalevalan people's Sword of Heroes? You helped the people of that world bring an end to war?
No, I did not. I am a weapon, and I only became the cause of more conflicts. Countless monarchs of Kalevala saw me as a symbol of kingship endowed by nature, and they waged wars in order to possess me. I grew tired of their wicked intentions. I didn't want to kill for anyone anymore. So I returned to the stone monument where my master was buried. And since then, no one was able to remove me from it.
But you allowed Argenti to take you away?
Because even after all this time, I still wanted my master to come home.
Aww. So live through the monument.
During the sword gifting ceremony, I felt anguish when I learned that I would be handed over to the most skilled swordmaster and once again become a tool for killing. My master had engraved his deepest desire into my blade. End war. As a weapon, my purpose was predetermined from the start. I had to become a deadly sword that would relentlessly hack and kill. But once I fulfilled my mission, would I have the right to choose my own destiny like he did? So, I asked the Knight of Beauty to help me break free from this never-ending cycle of bloodshed.
These thousands of years have naturally turned into memories of mine. I think I understand the beauty the knight was talking about now.
I don't want to be a sword that brings death. My war ended long ago. The years spent as a tombstone were my finest.
Gives me Iron Giant vibes.
I've told you everything about my experience with Master Guyan on Kalevala. And now, I'm sure that Miss Yunli is as moved by the sword's flawless beauty as I was back then.
I guess Argenti wasn't happy.
Though I had heard the legends of the...
Like, I guess as soon as the sword heard that he was going to be handed out to the winner of the war dance, he was like, no, fuck this shit, I'm out, and asked Argenti to get him out of there.
This sword from the delegation, delving into its memories, was still fascinating. Yunli, I trust Guyan's experiences have changed your mind.
I know there's what
It wasn't until I held Guyan in my hands that I could sense its thoughts and unspoken words. I always thought a cursed sword infused with a heliobus would only bring rage and slaughter. I never thought someone could leave behind the desire to end war, and even change the nature of the cursed sword. My position was too extreme. Guyan is truly a sword of heroes. I apologize to all of you for my behavior. I'm sorry.
Now that we've proven Miss Yunli's innocence and found the sword, should we now return it to the arsenal?
No.
I'm still going to melt down this sword. I've heard your true desires, Guyan. I can sense that you're tired of being a sword. Constantly serving new masters and fighting battles you no longer want to be part of. Right?
But being a sword is my destiny. I'm doomed to serve some master and fight battles endlessly. Can the wind choose to stop blowing? Can a cloud choose to stop drifting?
You can choose.
No. It's the same for me.
You can choose to not be a sword anymore.
With a predetermined destiny.
That's not true, Guyan. That nameless swordmaster shaped his own destiny. So you can too.
I just can't picture my destiny being anything other than that of a sword.
Do you remember when you stood alone in front of the swordmaster's stone monument? People admired you because you carried the memories of the hero. You were no longer a sword. You were a memorial.
Later, as I became worn and weathered, the gentle wind would pass through the hollows of my body, creating melodic tones that echoed in the distant mountains.
There could be a musical instrument.
I became a musical instrument then. I miss those times.
Become a flute.
Can a creation become what it wants to be? The answer is yes. I'll grant your wish, Guyan, and transform you into something different.
Something different?
But this is the price for the war dance. If the Kalevalan delegation finds out... Please, say something, General Huayan.
Well, my granddaughter has always been stubborn. Are you really sure about this, Yunli?
What do you all think?
Might well ask your opinion.
Fulfilling Master Guyan's wishes is the reason I came to the Xianzhou. With the driller's blessing, you could turn Master Guyan into a plow. But as long as it fulfills his wish to end war, I support it fully.
Then, I'll leave it to you, Yunli.
Transform into wind chimes.
It's been an honor getting to know you like this.
The honor is mine. Thank you, Yunli.
Why the long face, my child? Are you feeling regret, perhaps? You were completely determined when melting down the sword, so why the sudden change of heart?
Grandpa, I melted down the prize for the war dance. How are you going to explain this to the Luofu?
Oh? Am I hearing right? This little girl is worried about her grandpa. Didn't see that coming.
If only I'd talked to you from the beginning, Grandpa. Maybe things wouldn't have escalated like this. But at least Guyan got what it wanted. I have no regrets there.
When it comes to swords, you and your father are cut from the same cloth. So, are you planning to continue melting down the rest of Hongguang's swords?
Yeah. Guyan is unique. But the other cursed swords are still too dangerous for anyone to handle. But maybe I'll try to be more patient next time.
Be more patient. Well said. Remember what you learned today, because there will be many more situations in the future that will require you to be more patient.
Understood. But what about the prize?
Well, ever since you showed up at the ceremony, I had a hunch. So I prepared another sword as a backup plan. And don't worry, this one has nothing to do with Heliobi.
That's perfect.
By the way, the ambassador from Kalevala and that knight went to Arum Alley. They're looking for a spot to honor the hero. Why don't we go take a look together?
Let's go.
Oh, General Huayan.
Oh, it's a keychain.
Well, my granddaughter was inspired by the heroic legends told by the Mieka Kivesa, so she dragged me here to take a look.
I come from a long line of Kalavalan monument keepers. For generations, my family has guarded the stone monument left behind by the nameless hero. Over the centuries, a golden tree sprouted from under the monument, and its branches have never withered. We Kalevalans see it as proof of the hero's existence. Before leaving Kalevala, I took a branch from that golden tree, hoping to plant it here to represent the hero returning to his homeland.
That sounds good. We Xianzhou people don't make coffins or set up memorials, so I'm sure he would be happy to rest here where life is bustling.
The hero had asked our ancestors to carve something into the monument, so I made a copy of it too. While the inscription is pretty worn with age, perhaps you can still make out some of it.
I have drifted far from my homeland and am on the brink of death. Yet, I take solace in having honorably fulfilled my duties. Should you feel compassion for me, kind traveler, please take a handful of soil hence and bring it back to the lawful. Mr. Pavo, I wonder if that hero ever left a name in your history.
I apologize, but the hero's epic battles happened long ago, and he did not leave any name for us to call him. But in our mythology, he came from the heavens, and so we call him the Cloud Knight.
Welcome home, Cloud Knight.
Now, you can also rest here, Guyan.
Aww.
As a punishment for being an accomplice in this theft, General Huayan assigned me to guard this golden sapling and recite the story of the hero and this legendary sword to passers-by. This is not a punishment at all, and I gladly accepted it. Spreading the message of beauty to the Xianzhou residents is exactly what I desire. However, I plan to leave the Xianzhou soon and continue my travels. May our paths cross again in the vast cosmos, my dear friend.
See you at the war dance. What's up with me?
I'm feeling a bit emotional. I'd like to stay here for a while. Thank you for your guidance. I'm truly grateful. By any chance, would you be interested in taking sword lessons with me? Like March?
Maybe... No, I have a baseball bat. Pavo! Oh, Gushin, an ancient Gushin. Its body and string appeared to be crafted from a unique kind of metal. Even without a human touch, occasionally it bursts out notes as if humming an in-tune melody of someone unseen. Pavo!
Now that my mission is accomplished, the delegation will be leaving the Xianzhou Lafu soon. But of course, the experiences here will become an epilogue to the hero's stories. This golden sapling will become a part of the everyday scenery of the Xianzhou. I believe it's what he would have wanted.
Oh, there he goes. That's a sapling. Anyway, that was a nice quest. At the water school. Tell me the direction. Alright.
You know, I'm most jealous of people who have houses to live in.
I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna quickly go sort my cat, go to the toilet. Yep. And then I'll go down to meet up with Yanqing. Alright? Alright, because my baby boy's been asking for my attention. Oh. Right. See you guys in a bit. Hello, I am back. Oh, I knew that. Let's go.
Come on in.
Henching, what's up? Thank you, Astra.
Seriously? When is this war dance going to start? The Sky Splitter has been hovering there for ages. When can we board and see what's inside?
Is this how long life species live? Everything proceeds so slowly. The effectiveness of anticipation in my emotional center is at an all-time high. Oh, I need to drink some coolant.
Relax. The Realm Keeping Commission will send boarding notices to all ticket holders. The Gazette said the Sky Splitter will fire a salute before the ceremony starts.
I saw the schedule for the first day of the tournament. Can you believe the Ringmaster accepted 4 challenges? And he's just a kid. So, who are you betting on, Bardo?
I'm betting on neither. I lost all my credits betting on Roboball games in Taikian. This time, I've decided not to rely on probability games to accomplish my target of getting rich.
War dance. Here you are.
Got out the shackling prison.
I heard you and Mr. Dan Heng went to meet the judges. And then a riot broke out in the shackling prison. I was so worried about you. Thank goodness you both made it out safe.
Discuss what happened.
There was a revolt in the shackling prison. Fortunately, we were protected by the guards until the Cloud Knights arrived to rescue us.
I was planning to take Miss March and Yunli to Stargazer Navalia to see the Sky Splitter up close, but we stumbled upon a group of suspicious Foxians carrying official identities. They were acting strange, so out of curiosity, we decided to follow them. It turns out they were actually Borisin disguised as Foxians. It seems they infiltrated Stargazer Navalia in order to prepare for Hulei's escape, and we foiled their plans by pure chance. I wonder who provided them with those disguises, and how many more Borisin have taken advantage of the war dance to infiltrate the ship.
Those tourists over there talking about you.
I heard them too, but I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint them. I've already reported to General Jing Yuan that I'll give up my role as the Ringmaster.
What? You're not going to defend the ring?
The security of the Luofu is more important to me than anything else. I need to fulfill my duties as a Cloud Knight Lieutenant before taking on the honor of being Ringmaster.
So I'm just went to Twitter and I just saw there's a whole boycott thing going on with Twanto, Dish, Malo, Tenha, and Musashi. It's because of a McDonald's collab. Interesting. Yeah, Genshin community is wild these days. Well,
Those
when is
tourists
it not
just want
wild?
to see some good sword fights. Anyone can participate in this kind of tournament. Doesn't have to be me. The real challenge lies beyond the ring on the Sky Splitter. If we don't capture the fugitives soon, Hule will wreak havoc. Obviously, there's someone behind the scenes orchestrating this prison break, intending to spread chaos. If we fail to thwart their evil plan, what honor will be left for us to uphold?
Well said.
Facial!
You may be tiny in stature, but your ambition matches that of the Yao Qing's warriors.
Hey, this has nothing to do with my height.
What brings you here, General?
Yes, I suggested to Yanqing that we find a place to have a decent meal. A
Got
hunter
very pretty
must
eyes.
be well fed before the hunt.
You still have a good appetite, even in the face of disaster. You truly are the Merlin's Claw. Please finish the food quickly so we can get to work, General Feixiao.
Well, that's not up to me. Dig in. I called you here so you could enjoy the food.
Me? This isn't the time for a leisurely meal, and this is way too much for me.
Oh. You'd give me time to enjoy a meal, but not yourself? Ever since you encountered those Borisin spies, you've been so busy that you've hardly eaten anything. You can't defeat Hule on an empty stomach. Take your time. Enjoy the meal and calm yourself.
Hule's whereabouts are still unknown, and they've even taken Mr. Zhao Cho hostage. The longer we wait, the more complicated the situation becomes.
Did you say Zhao
Zhao Cho
Chao?
always said I'm the most impatient person among the Cloud Knights, and I can't argue with that. So, there's no reason for you to be more anxious than me. I've fought against Borisin abominations for years, and I know their ferocity and cunning well. The Borisin were clearly well prepared for this prison break, and now they are staying in the shadows. They have no reason to rush out into the open. When facing cunning and ferocious
She's so pretty.
prey, the hunter must be more patient, biding their time to seize the golden chance for a decisive blow. Once Hule loses his patience and reveals himself, that's when we'll strike.
But when will that time come?
Like I said, it's only one meal away.
General Hua Yan, the Skyfaring Commission has finished its preparations. Do you have any other instructions?
Representing the consensus between the Merlin's Claw and the Divine Foresight, I'll step in as the temporary commanding officer of the seat of Divine Foresight and oversee the 6 Commission's affairs on the Luofu.
What is the situation at the Shackling prison?
Hule made a quick escape and even sealed the gates of the prison. As of now, the Cloud Knights have re-established contact with the staff inside. The good news is the 2 Nameless who were trapped in the Shackling prison are safe and sound.
I know I shouldn't use the word great given the current situation, but I'm relieved that he and Don Hung are safe.
We've lost contact with one of the messengers from the Xianzhou Yaoqing. The Borisin have likely taken him hostage. Don't worry, Yuko. Fei Shao is leading the wolf hunt operation, and you know how capable she is.
I have no doubt about General Fei Shao's capabilities, General Hua Yan. I'm more concerned about the Wardens. According to the plan, the ceremony will begin in 6 hours. The Sky Splitter will be activated, and all visitors will board the ship to watch the contest. But now, with Hule's whereabouts unknown, everything is filled with uncertainty.
Should the war dance really be held as scheduled?
March is right, Grandpa. I heard the escaped prisoner from the shackling prison is beyond formidable. In case anything goes wrong.
So, Yunli, what do you think we should do?
Well, I believe we should declare martial law and allocate manpower to search for the escaped prisoners. And as for the war dance, it's better to announce an indefinite delay for now.
Your plan sounds solid, but unfortunately, solid plans rarely get a chance to be implemented. I believe there are at least 2 parties who won't accept your approach.
2 parties?
The first are the many travelers who have come all the way here for the war dance. If we declare martial law now, it's like declaring that the Luofu isn't safe. How do you think the outsiders would react? They'd be terrified, and chaos might ensue. The second party is the staff of the Xianzhou Luofu's 6 commissions. They've invested a lot of resources and manpower into organizing the war dance. Suddenly suspending it indefinitely would create numerous challenges for them. But of course, not everyone disagrees with your idea.
Really?
The mastermind behind this incident would fully support your opinion, presumably. Hule's escape and your discovery of Borisin's spies at Stargazer Navalia. A child could guess that these events were orchestrated. The fugitive is just one piece in the game. The one controlling the pieces wants to spread chaos and suspicion among the people on the Luofu. If we declare martial law and postpone the war dance, we'll fall into their trap and instill fear in people even before Hule actually does anything.
So what do we do?
We'll search for the prisoners while maintaining order on the Luofu, acting as if nothing has happened.
As if nothing has happened? Yan Qing said he'd assist the generals, and now he's nowhere to be found. With the host ringmaster gone, how are we supposed to act like nothing has happened?
That's why I called the 2 of you here.
He's just enacting Yan Qing's place as ringmaster.
General Huaiyan, are you asking me to take Yan Qing's place as the ringmaster?
You caught on quickly, Miss March. That's exactly what I
Oh
mean.
fuck. March, run.
Miss March is a guest invited by General Jing Yuan, Grandpa. How can an outsider represent the Luofu in the ring? It will make the Xianzhou Luofu a laughingstock.
Dear child, the nameless of the Astral Express are renowned throughout the cosmos. It's an honor to have them participate in the ceremony. Plus, Miss March is a disciple of the little Cloud Knight Lieutenant. How can she be regarded as an outsider? We can't afford to have any problems during the war dance. I'm entrusting you not only with the honor of the ring, but also with the security of the Sky Splitter. Yukong, please explain to them the rest of the arrangements.
Lingsha. 2 hours before the war dance commences.
I am sorry for our improper management, and I truly appreciate your assistance, General.
There is no need to apologize. We Cloud Knights fight on the battlefield while you judges punish the criminals. We are 2 sides of the same Xianzhou Luofu, and it is my honor to serve the Ten Lords' commission. I've grasped the situation of the prison break. Now tell me more about the current state of the shackling prison.
Borisin infiltrated the prison in disguise and released the prisoners, spreading chaos. Among the judges on duty in the 4 divisions, Judge Xue from the detention division was killed and is temporarily unavailable. So,
I'm taking over her duties and commanding Arumaton's
Just
spectral
calmly saying
envoys
her
and spirit
sister was
bearers
killed.
to quickly restore order in the affected areas.
I and the two behind me will go deeper into the prison to investigate.
But General, the situation inside is still chaotic and perilous. Your presence would be...
It's common for Cloud Knight generals to face danger directly. Hule has escaped, and the Yaoqing envoy is being held hostage by the Borisin. His fate is unknown. This is a grave matter. Not only did the Merlin's Claw offer no reproach, she decided to go after Hule herself to prevent further calamity. I believe the Law Fu owes her something in return for her fervent determination. How did the infiltrators learn about the location where Hule was held? And how did they time their plan just before the Yaoqing messengers were ready to escort him? Finding the answer to these questions shouldn't be too difficult. What truly matters is if we can gather the clues that lead us to the mastermind behind all of this.
I understand, but I'm afraid it won't be an easy task.
For a long time, this hidden force has been pursuing their own goals and undermining the security of the Law Fu. Backing down now will only encourage them to further endanger the peace here.
I just noticed that Jingwan's chest, like the black pit, looks like a lion's face.
Dan Heng and Ming Shan, I'll need both of you to accompany me on this challenging journey.
Well, it's part of my responsibilities as the Cauldron Master. So, where would you like to start, General?
Let's start with those Borisin disguised as Foxians.
My people have already prepared the evidence.
Ooh! Ooh! Link shot and Biden next up. Woo! Woo! Very pretty. Wow.
Incense ascends, entwined with ethereal clouds.
Woo! She's like, wow. Sorry, she's just very. I like her moves. She's very pretty. Yeah. Wee. Very pretty. Can I see her in battle? I would like to be in battle with her. But yeah, team. Okay. Can I look at your stats, my woman? No? Okay. What team would you say would be good for Lingsha? I know she does follow-up attacks. Maybe like a follow-up attacker team? Follow-up attacker team. Maybe? Yeah. Get my APC trio.
According to Lieutenant Yenqing's report, he stumbled upon a few suspicious Foxians at Stargazer Navalia. After following them, he discovered that they were actually Borisin in disguise. This is one of the bodies.
Looking at him now, it's hard to imagine how he transformed into a Foxian.
My alchemists detected some complex ingredients in his remains, which might explain how these Borisin were able to disguise themselves as Foxians. Simply put, Foxians and Borisin share a common ancestry. Although they look completely different now, there isn't much genetic difference between them. This medicine allows Borisin to temporarily change their shape into that of Foxians.
So, in other words, if they stop taking the medicine, their true form will soon be revealed?
Indeed. This means that these Borisin have a steady supply of the medicine within the Law Fu. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Looks like the Alchemy Commission is involved once again. When I was sorting through the prescriptions they used, I came across one called Semblance Reversion Essence.
It's designed to help those disciples suppress signs of their Mara-struck forms and maintain their normal appearance. When I compared it to the medicine found in the Borison's body...
They're one and the same, aren't they?
The medicinal properties and ingredients may differ, but the principle remains the same.
Since ancient times, the Borison have always sought to have more powerful bodies, regarding the Foxians as weaklings. Yet, in order to save their warhead, they were willing to disguise themselves as Foxians. Their determination is quite remarkable.
These infiltrators rely on the medicine to maintain their disguise. Then following this lead in our investigation seems prudent. Please follow me. Here we are. According to the judge, this area is not yet under control, so we should proceed cautiously. I've captured the nature of the medicine in my sensor. By following the medicinal fumes, we should be able to retrace the steps of the disguised Borison.
Prisoner's guard collapsed on the ground, her body twisted unnaturally. Examine the remains of the warden.
Incredible strength. The attacker shattered this warden's bones with a single blow.
Oof.
Such brute strength is not something an ordinary Borison possesses. This is likely the work of Hula.
If I may be so bold to ask, is this Borison truly that formidable?
I have lived a bit longer and engaged in a few more battles than you, Miss Lingshaw. To the Alliance, Borison have always been the most formidable adversaries. And Hula is a monster feared even among his own kind. With his strength, Hula united numerous Borison packs, forming a grand army of abominations of abundance. They constantly push the Alliance's armies into perilous positions. Over 7 centuries ago, I followed my mentor on a campaign against the abominations. And I personally witnessed the devastation on the battlefield after Hula appeared. Even with medicinal pellets that suppressed the fear caused by his lipotoxin, countless Cloud Knights succumbed to panic in the face of his murderous aura. They couldn't even raise a hand in resistance. If the former sword champion hadn't immobilized Hule with her Frostblade, the outcome of that fateful battle could have been very different. By the end of the battle, only a few of us remained. The Crimson Moon cast the sheen of blood on all. Everything I saw was painted dark red.
If that's the case, why wasn't the beast executed instead of being imprisoned?
Couldn't be killed.
On the Xianzhou Jumi, the judges cast those unforgivable and nearly immortal abominations of abundance into the eternal flames of the stars, reducing them to ashes. Their so-called immortality is just a facade. I mean, nothing can truly defy death, can it? I just don't understand why the Luofu kept this tumor for so long, leading to the terrible situation we're facing now. But I guess I understand. The people of the Luofu are known for their kindness. Even when faced with the malignant tumor within the Alchemy Commission, they couldn't bring themselves to cut it out. Instead, they exiled the healer, who tried to solve the problem, to the Xianzhou Jumi.
What?
Understand if you hold grudges against me, Miss Lingshaw. I take the blame for the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. As for why Hule was only in prison, I can shed some light on it too.
I'm just a healer. I'm not familiar with the past. I'd appreciate it if you could enlighten me, General.
All right. Let me tell you more about it as we go.
You fool! No dirty tricks.
Immerse yourself in it.
So it deals minor fire damage to all enemies and at the same time stores HP and allies when action advances. Deals single time.
Feeling tired already?
What? Yes, Sam, because you didn't pull Acheron. I didn't want Acheron. And like Acheron was right before Aventurine, and I'm saving for Aventurine whether you like it or not. Alright. Damage enemies. Take time enemies. Advances. Increase damage break taken by all enemies. Deals fine. Same time results. Advances. And when taking action. Default attack deals minor fire damage to all enemies. Additionally deals minor fire damage to I don't know. I had to E6 him. I lost track of how many Stellar Drains I was using.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
I don't remember, honestly.
Be of your body and mind.
I think that I think like 290 pulls. I think I'm not sure. I forgot. Not like that was hard saving because like I already pulled a bit for Sparkle. Okay, don't ask me.
Did this Cloud Knight also take the medicine?
Heals up
No. This is a Borison in disguise. A guard killed him before he could return to his original form.
All these Borison are dressed in official attire. Besides the Cloud Knight, there were also two Borison disguised as members of the Skyframe Commission.
I pulled for him while I was at work.
Whoever is providing them with official identities must hold the position of power. Let's search elsewhere.
Like as soon as he was available to pull for, I was pulling for him.
Incense ascends, entwined with ethereal flame. Yeah.
Got the defense?
Got the defense.
Just 0 points.
Incense ascends, entwined with ethereal clouds. Time to cleanse the field. The truth burns clear as a flame. Everything in this world is bleeding.
I was meant to slow that down, but oh well. Aww, Puppy Bunny.
Yes.
naysayers. Knowledge, the measure of truth, and falsehood. Watch your head.
Prisoner is on the ground. The joy of regaining freedom with sudden shock. These two expressions are frozen on his pale face at the moment of death.
Someone bit open his arteries and drained almost all of his blood while he was still alive. Such a cruel and ruthless act.
Despite being a long-lived species, Borsen are actually more like predatory beasts that must feed on raw blood and flesh. I've heard that Hule was deprived of food and water in the shackling prison. It's hard to imagine how he managed to suppress his hunger for over 7 centuries. Will the hostage from the Yaoqing be able to avoid being his meal?
Such is the terrible nature of the abominations of abundance. We subjected him to the forest of swords to drain his life force. But in the end, his punishment turned into a test of our patience. Just like you said, Mr. Chung. Casting a creature that can't be killed into a star would be a way to permanently get rid of it. But unfortunately...
The Foxians didn't agree to that.
Exactly. The atrocities committed by Hule went beyond mere massacres. Throughout numerous wars, we made every effort to eradicate the Borison. But Hule, with his mysterious sorcery, turned countless Foxians into his pawns. And so the Borison kept returning. The Foxians curse his name day and night, and they even use it to scare children into staying quiet. How could they grant a swift death to such a great sin? I wonder if you know why Hule wasn't taken into custody by the Foxian majority Xianzhou Yaoqing, but instead imprisoned when the Xianzhou Luofu is in charge.
As you mentioned, your mentor was an exceptional warrior and was the one who defeated Hule, an extraordinary achievement. Therefore, the Marshal placed this feral beast under the jurisdiction of the Xianzhou Luofu as an honor, I assume?
It seems you have a major misunderstanding about this arrangement, Mr. Chang. Allow me to explain it.
So explain! Just tell me! Let's go to the Netherworld. Netherworld? Did I say Netherworld? Never mind. And the B to the W-T-L-D-G-U-A-I-C-E. Yes! I messed that up. I'm the B to the W-E-D. I'm the B to the W-E-T-L-E-C. I'm the B to the W-E-T-L-E-G-U-I-C-E. Yes! I'm just playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Because why not? There's no problem with playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel! Will Mech disintegrates into a pile of metal.
Yanqing told me that an IPC ship was attacked by Borison. Is this what they were transporting on the ship?
Environment must have been that will to restart even after being turned off.
Yes. The Artisanship Commission and Alchemy Commission conducted a joint examination and found that parts of this machine are made from specially refined Borison biotissue.
I haven't touched that game in ages. I don't remember how I played. I didn't really get that far. I just saw news about a guy who has an antenna that lets him hear color.
the Intelligentsia Guild has been researching the biological properties of long-life species, hoping to make medical or combat-related discoveries. However, they haven't dared to cross any lines due to their so-called relationship with the Alliance.
So how does
Perhaps to
this
those
get
scholars, Borisin are no different from lab animals. Maybe the Borisin attacked that ship to retaliate against the Intelligentsia Guild for experimenting on them?
No. If it were only about revenge, they could just wreck the ship and destroy all the cargo, instead of allowing it to end up in the shackling prison. It was a deliberate display to showcase the dangerous nature of the cargo in broad daylight. This way, the cargo would end up in the shackling prison, serving as a tool for the prison break.
This skill in exploiting the blind spots of others' mindsets is so atypical of them. I'm afraid the IPC and the Intelligentsia Guild unknowingly became their accomplices.
Watch out! This thing is still alive! Even after suffering such severe attacks?
Their imitation of long-life species has crossed the line.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Oh, I love the growl.
Watch your head.
Oh! Oh, look at that damage.
Oh, a weakness.
Let's test your knowledge. Fail. Get out.
Fail.
I'll call you
Get
that.
out.
Let the asset valuation begin. Liquidation!
Oh, Numby, nice. Giant machine goes on again, like a wounded beast drained of blood, it can no longer move.
You haven't answered my question about why Hulei was imprisoned in the Lafu instead of the Yao Qing General. You've been reserved in your response. Could it be that such an arrangement wasn't an honor?
The reason why the Marshal didn't leave Hulei on the Yao Qing lies in the very mech in front of us.
Are you suggesting that there are people trying to understand Hulei's secrets and use them for their own purposes? Just like with this mech? Well, I understand. I've heard that the Foxians on the Yao Qing share a bloodline with the Borisin. And just like the Borisin, some of the Foxians there experience an uncontrollable insanity called moon rage. The Marshal believed that this would be inhumane and different from what the Borisin did. So...
Wait a minute, I'm just gonna grab a tissue to wipe my water bottle. So there's a VR game?
Exactly. While Borisin see moon rage as a blessing that unlocks their true potential, Foxians see it as an inevitable curse within their bloodline.
Is that what Feixiao has?
Countless healers of the Yao Qing have attempted to unravel this mystery, but to no avail. Why can Borisin control the power of moon rage? Can we Foxians break free from this curse? These questions were asked frequently. Each questioner had good intentions. But the road to catastrophe is paved with good intentions. To the Foxians of the Yao Qing,
Road to hell is paved with good
Hulei
intentions.
was not only the warhead of the Borisin, but also a monster that could be the subject of much research. Hulei thus became a poison that corrupted people's minds without their knowing.
That's why the Marshal decided to imprison Hulei and the Lafu. It wasn't an honor, but rather a warning.
Because such selfish pursuits in the name of good intentions once led to a tragedy on the Luofu that served as a warning to future generations.
This edition of Imbibitor Lunae. By imprisoning Hule and the Xianzhou Luofu, the marshal both suppressed the dangerous intentions of the Yaoqing Foxians and warned the Xianzhou Luofu to refrain from repeating its mistake.
That was a necessary trade. The Xianzhou alliance is not solely about the Xianzhou natives. Only when all three races, Foxian, Vidyadhara, and Xianzhou natives, form an alliance, will there be a promising future for all.
Thank you for enlightening me. Was it for the same reason that you traded off my mentor to the Xianzhou Zhuming, only to stand idle and allow the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus?
You said that I couldn't bear to cut out the malignant tumor within the Alchemy Commission, but instead exiled the healer who tried to solve the problem to the Xianzhou Zhuming. But did your mentor tell you her good intentions led her to perform certain healing arts on Dan Heng, who had just finished his hatching rebirth, so that he would regain the memories of his past life?
What did you just say?
What?
She believed that restoring the High Elder's knowledge of his past life would allow the Vidyadhara to resume their duty as the guardians of the Ambrosial Arbor, quelling the strife within their clan and bringing everything back on the right path. But just as I mentioned earlier, the road to catastrophe is always paved with good intentions. Since then, the 6 charioteers decided that the Alchemy Commission would no longer have a cauldron master. Until your arrival now.
If that's the case, I should thank you for protecting my mentor by exiling her, General.
Quite the contrary. I should be the one thanking you.
Thanking me?
All I ever want is to have a clear conscience. However, can long-life species truly achieve that goal in their long, drawn lives? For example, you were implicated along with your mentor and forced to leave your homeland without knowing the truth. And now, with the complicated situation in the Alchemy Commission, the Alliance has spared me a lot of trouble by sending you to handle this challenging task. Shouldn't I be thanking you instead?
Your eloquence is indeed impressive, the divine foresight. You won't even leave me any excuses to hold a grudge against you. But, let me make it clear. The Alliance sent me here to handle the business impartially, not to choose sides.
It doesn't matter which side you choose, Miss Lingshaw. At the end of the day, both you and I stand on the side of the Alliance, don't we? Let's keep going.
One more fight.
There's more to life than drawing breath. All things are as one. Every petal and all will be swept away by the wind.
Let's duel. Those who look good. Those who did the brave.
The mood is set just for the show begin.
Stay away.
Dreams do come true.
Be of your body and mind.
Hey. You know how you were talking about how good your pulls were? Should I just do 110 pull and see what happens? What do you think? I just want to see if I get Moser. Do it? Alright, let's do it. 1 pen pull. Nope. But let's see if I get Moser. Even the heart of the card. Moser! Come on! Boom. Boom. Darn it, Luca. Darn it. One more. Believe in the heart of the cards. What do you say, Astra? Let's go. By the power of Bess and me, and Yugi, I believe in the power of the cards. Pull! I got an achievement, I got new characters, probably Moses. Come on. Good card, but ooh, next one? Yeah, Moses! Sup? Nice, I am satisfied. I got my man! Come on, dude, where are ya? Where you at? Hello, I have to level you up now, along with everyone else. You know?
Violence is the ultimate means, and it is also my only means.
Oh, you don't have a voice. Oh, you do have a voice. Alright, so Ben Balmakeda.
My name is Motsa. I am Fei Xiao's shadow guard. Please stand closer to this side so that you can block other people's view of me.
Stay, like, position yourself behind me, please. I don't like people. It's like your shy boyfriend. It's like, I don't want to be seen.
Violence is the ultimate means.
Hide me with your
prettiness. It is also my only means.
But yeah. I'm gonna have to get Moser up. So like, if you look, everyone has like on the last ascension, so I need to get Moser up to meet up with with everyone else. And then once I have everyone at level 80, I can focus on traces, which will also take a fucking long time. But you know what? I can't be bothered to relic farm at the moment. So I'm just gonna turn my focus towards getting all my characters leveled up, so and usable. Because it's annoying every time I'm having to use characters that are low level, not built, and I'm like, nothing. No damage at all. Fuck. Mass of bodies. Fierce battle must have been fought here. None of the Mara-struck remains.
These Mara-struck soldiers don't appear to be escaped prisoners.
How can you tell?
These soldiers are fully armed. Obviously, they didn't hastily join the battle.
The messenger named Morza did say that there were two groups of attackers. And the other attackers, aside from the Borson, could hide their tracks. I believe he was referring to these people.
They were using the Viadra cloud step thing.
Exactly. I've engaged with these attackers before, and they used cloud hymn magic to hide their presence. Without careful observation, no one can detect them.
You once warned me to be cautious of the Vidyadhara Elder's influence within the Alchemy Commission. Could it be?
What's on your mind, Miss Lingshaw?
Well, it seems that someone provided the attackers with a map of the shackling prison. And considering the Vidyadhara's involvement in the prison's construction, it raises suspicion about their role in this.
And the fact they're close ties to the Alchemy
the fact
Commission.
that the Borson need medicine to disguise themselves would suggest that there are still moles within the Alchemy Commission assisting them covertly. Moreover, forging official identities for the undercover Borson would require someone with significant authority. And the presence of assassins capable of using cloud hymn magic deepens my suspicion about the Preceptors.
Yeah, and they tried to
But
kill
why would the Vidyadhara
Bailu
collide with
too.
Borson and Aiden who plays escape?
They aim to spread chaos. They believe that only in chaos can they regain their former power and influence. Since this edition of Imbiber de Lune, the once proud dragon race has been powerless, watching their influence wane. Being a native of the Luofu, Miss Lingshaw, I believe you understand the implications.
However, I don't think the Preceptors are the true masterminds. If I'm not mistaken, the one behind all this treachery is the Lord Ravager who exploited the weaknesses within the Luofu and instigated the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, ultimately leading to the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection. Fertilia.
Please remember, General, that everything I've mentioned is mere speculation. We need concrete evidence for a public trial. If you want to interrogate someone within the Vidyadhara's ranks, you'll need irrefutable proof.
So, what's your plan, Miss Lingshaw?
I'll send an invitation to the Preceptors.
An invitation?
The Preceptors have been inviting me for a personal meeting since my arrival on the Luofu. Now, I'll send them the remains of these Mara-struck soldiers and the route map I found in the prisoner's possession. Then, I'll ask them to meet me at Scale Gorge Waterscape. I'd like to hear their explanations.
Good idea. If I were to take action, it might alert the true mastermind. I trust you to handle this matter, Miss Lingshaw. The internal affairs of the Vidyadhara should remain under their jurisdiction. And don't worry if things don't go smoothly. Once the wolf hunt operation is over, the hidden truths will come to light.
Speaking of the wolf hunt operation, I'm truly worried about the Yaoqing messenger who was taken hostage. Hule was starving in the shackling prison for centuries. I don't know if the messenger can survive in that wolf's clutches.
He'll be fine.
May Rainbow's blessing.
Yaocho will be fine. See, he's fine.
As I said,
Completely
I'm
fine.
a healer. But my art of healing requires the culinary arts to be truly effective. The magic of my cauldron is its ability to make all kinds of medicines into dishes that patients can eat. When simmered and cooked together, any kind of medicinal herb or ingredient becomes a delightful delicacy.
Delicacy. But isn't that just one flavor overpowering the others?
Well, you have a point. Let me ask you this. If there's a fussy child who refuses to eat green peppers, what's the best way to make him eat them?
Stuff the kid's mouth with the green peppers and cook him alive in a pot.
What?
You have quite the sense of humor. I've heard that you, Borisin, have lost many of your taste buds during the self-modification process, so you can't experience complex flavors. Only the saltiness of blood and flesh truly awakens your appetite.
It's a shame I don't have any green peppers right now. Otherwise, I'd happily stuff them into your mouth and cook you alive in a pot.
I'm just kidding. The answer is quite simple. Chop up the peppers and mix them with minced meat to make meatballs. This way, the flavor of the meat overpowers the taste of the peppers. And even a fussy child can enjoy them.
I won't.
Can I just boil your tongue in this hot pot? I know you're trying to buy time until someone comes to your rescue.
He's using the rarity
You said
tactic.
that Yunli recently returned to the Luofu, right? Well, she did come back. But, unfortunately, I also found out that she committed serious crimes.
You
and was
remember the
escorted
rarity
to another
moment?
Xianzhou ship. Do you really think you can delay your departure by provoking Lord Hulei's desire for revenge with your clever little tongue?
So, hold on. Wait. So, Zhao Chao is right now is rarity, and all of the Borisons are diamond dogs. Give us gems! Oh, I can't possibly do that. Well, that's easy. There. Dig! No. Borison, give us Jingliu. Oh, well, she has been here. Bring us to her. Oh, well, I can't. She's gone away. I said she's been here. There's where she went. Go get her. It's like, I'll tell you, but like, I won't do anything for you.
You see Borisin as savages who know nothing about the Xianzhou. But in fact, we know all about your tracking tricks. Like the jade abacus you're carrying, and the side cranes in the sky.
Sky! Give me my phone.
The more hope you hold in your heart, the greater your pain will be when death comes. I wonder if you can maintain your composure when I tear your throat open.
His composure is only a temporary effect of
Who
the
they?
medicine. And it will wear off soon, right?
Lord Hulei.
Oh, you pathetic Foxians. For thousands of years, we were the ones who allowed you to live, and who granted you civilization. But in the end, you chose to betray us for the freedom promised by the Xianzhou people.
You made fucking slaves, dude.
But it's all right. As long as you
You
catch the scent
guys.
of your masters, you obediently return to us. No matter how far you run away.
If you've been by Friday night, that you are running. So discombobulated on Hulei.
Hulei. Have you ever wondered why it took them 7 centuries to come to your rescue? The Borison's era has long passed. Did they ever tell you these harsh facts before giving you hope for returning home? Lord Hulei. Now they're being crushed by the Merlin's claw of the Yao Qing. By a Foxian. They're hiding in remote corners of the cosmos. Trembling with fear like a wounded beast on its last legs. Reaching out desperately for any fake hope of salvation. Which in this case is you.
The Merlin's claw of the Yao Qing. A Foxian? Very interesting. Tell me, Moktok. Is he speaking the truth?
He isn't lying. That lowly beast was a war slave who ran away from our pack. Cannon fodder, a thief! She stole our power and used her knowledge about us to fight us, using every dirty trick in the book!
And she bested you, Moktok. Fairness is but a pathetic excuse for the dead and defeated. Since our great pack has fallen apart, who told you that I was alive? And who sent you here?
In our darkest hours, it was a prophet of the Master of Immortality, named Mongus.
Mongus?
Who showed us the way. Her guidance brought us hope.
What do you mean, Fantilia?
This
Mongus
prophet, Mongus, what does she want?
The prophet made this proclamation. The Borisin have been divided for too long, and only your return can unite all the packs, restoring us to our former glory. That's when we learned that you were still alive. It must have been a manifestation of the Master of Immortality. And the prophet told us that the Foxian general of the Yao Qing would take you to her ship during the Lafu's war dance. And that it would be our best chance to infiltrate and free you from your prison. And just as she said, we did it.
Repeat him point out that I have not seen yet. So this go by putting out the manga's
That so-called prophet lied to all of you. She just sent you here to die.
But her prophecy has come true. Our warhead is right here, with us!
Once the news about the prison break spreads, the Cloud Knights will close all the ports. You may think you've escaped the prison, but you're just trapped in another cage, known as the Luofu.
Let me kill this unruly, lowly beast, Lord Hulei! I assure you that our star skiffs will soon arrive. Right now, everyone in the Luofu is distracted by the stupid war dance. So this will be the perfect chance to escape. Once you've returned to your territory, the revenge against the Xianzhou ships will be within reach.
Perfect chance to return to my weak and shattered pack at the mercy of a ridiculous false prophet and become a mere puppet in her clutches. Her plan is full of flaws. The only paths she has prepared for you are escape and death. Listen up. A wolf never allows itself to become prey. From now on, you'll follow my orders. Since you are so confident that the Cloud Knights will close the ports, Jiao Chou, I'm now giving you a chance to go and see it for yourself. Go to the ports, come back, and tell me what you saw.
Wait, what did you just say?
But my lord!
Would an alpha wolf ever listen to a cub, Moktok?
No, I've never heard anything like that. I wasn't trying to defy your will. I will always unquestioningly follow your orders.
Why don't you send your people? Games like
Just a little pre-hunt entertainment. Don't you want to run away? You will come back. Because Foxians like you always obediently return to their masters, no matter how far they run away.
No one can hurt me. No one can hurt you, baby.
I can't believe he actually let me go. What game is he playing? Perhaps I can try to warn the Cloud Knights. No. Perhaps I can just escape.
Called Joshua. Pressure. Karen, as if warning to the heel, says, every clever little thought you bear might lead to severe consequences. You'll come to regret.
Just as I suspected. He's testing me. The Cloud Knights must have been aware of the situation inside the shackling prison for some time. Will General Fei Xiao personally lead a squad to capture Hulei? For now, I'll do as he asked.
Is there anyone I can talk to? Nothing out on the harbor filled with anxiety. What's this? What is this? I don't remember this. This new? Astro, you there?
Square formation, circular formation, yuan-yang formation. What should we try next?
So it says optional, search for help and send news to the outside. Who should I talk to?
Square formation, circular formation, yuan-yang formation. What should we try next?
Yeah? So I'm looking it up right now. Yes, I know. Okay. I just looked. And so if I talk to any of these people, they'll get killed. So this Cloud Knight will get killed. No, I'm not talking to those because they'll get killed. That guy will get killed. He's a nice guy. And just they'll get killed. So I'm not going to talk to any of them. But like, look at me, I'm right here. Look at me. Suspicious ferryman.
Stop asking. I'm off duty now. Go bother someone else.
Sniff a familiar self on Fox's Pub. Why the hell wants to leave?
You're not one of us, but I smell a familiar scent on you.
The Warhead sent me here to check on the situation.
How did the Cloud Knight close? ports.
No, not at all. Instead, the Skyfaring Commission is clearing routes to prioritize star skiffs heading to the Sky Splitter. This will make our ships more noticeable when we try to escape.
The ports haven't been closed? What is going on? Stalling won't help. It's time to confront Hule and see what tricks he's up to.
Rhino land, some NPCs die for my mistake.
You're back, Jiao Chou.
You were closely watching me, weren't you? And if I sought help from anyone, your people would kill them. Was that your plan, Hule?
Oh, exactly as you said. So, have the Cloud Knights closed the ports?
No.
Oh no.
They don't want to publicize my escape. I understand. It's no surprise, for fear is more deadly than claws and fangs.
You killed 3 people.
Especially during a festive time like
You're
the
a murderer.
war dance.
You called the death of 3 people.
What lurks here is not a group of fugitives, but rather a pack of wolves amidst the flock. My cubs are hungry, ready to feast on flesh and blood, reveling in your fear.
I don't want to associate with you.
Your calm facade will soon crumble. I can tear through it and expose your pathetic bones any time. There's no escape from me, Jiao
Got pretty
Chou.
eyes. I love him. Look at
Of
him.
course. You can try your luck and believe that your wits will save you. But remember, you're not the only hostage in this city. If you try anything funny, innocent people will die because of you. Now, let's talk about the Foxian general you serve. Moktok says she's here for me, which means she'll be hunting me herself. Before the hunt begins, I need to know my opponent. You can refuse and play tough, or you can cooperate and save us both some time, healer.
Go under false pretenses. His flesh. Everybody stand. What? What? But.
Good. At least you didn't try to draw attention with a scream. That way no one will die in vain.
Fine. I'll tell you what you want to know about her. But I expect something in return.
But I surrendered, quote unquote.
What makes you think you're still in a position to negotiate with me?
You can torture me until I talk. Or let's save us both some time. Warhead. Here's the question that's been bothering me. How have you managed to survive and endure centuries of torture? Borison aren't supposed to live that long, or possess such regenerative abilities.
So, is that why the Shenjiao Yao Qing wanted to take me away? Oh, to some, I'm a hostage. But to others, I hold the secrets they desire. I still remember, in the early years of my captivity, the Foxians came and went. They extracted my blood and marrow, trying to unravel the mystery of moon rage. They wanted to conquer their fear of the Borisin and free themselves from their bloodline. Unfortunately, they failed to uncover the secret. So, they resorted to the most brutal punishments they could imagine. Some seek power to destroy their enemies, while others seek power to become their enemies. Which one are you, Jiao Zhou? Ah, I see. You're the most pitiful of them all, healer of the Yao Qing. You seek power to share it with others and do good. Well, then let me tell you the answer you seek. In our ancient legends, Duran, the ancestor of the Borisin, was dissatisfied with his limited lifespan and power. He yearned to dominate the skies and become the master of all the stars. To achieve his goal, he sacrificed the lives of countless Borisin and Foxians, pouring them into the spring bestowed by the Master of Immortality. Through a form of genetic sorcery, the water gave birth to a miracle. The lunar embryo. Duran ascended the birthing bed and obtained what he desired. A heart in the shape of a deep red full moon. He cut open his chest and replaced his original heart with this crimson moon.
How typical, nothing bothering it.
Laugh all you want, but only I know the truth behind every word. This moon heart beats within the body of every generation of the Borisin warhead. In the ritual that decides the new warhead, the successor cuts open the previous warhead's chest and consumes the divine heart, thus possessing it as their own. Devouring is the true essence of life, allowing us to endure and thrive. It gathers the life essence of all the prey we consume, making us stronger and stronger.
Jiao Zhou, kill him.
I thought all hope was lost after 7 centuries of torment. But now, this heart is beating once again. All right. Now it's your turn to tell me everything about the Merlin's Claw.
Jiao Zhou, I found you.
I'm ignoring that. But Moses, you found him!
I know I'm in no position to question your orders, but if I understand correctly, you already have intelligence about the Borisin?
That's right. My people are busy collecting clues now. What's the situation, Wadza?
General, before we completely lost contact with Jiao Zhou, I picked up a signal from his Jade Abacus. It won't take long before we locate their whereabouts.
If that's the case, shouldn't we immediately go there and join forces to eliminate the Borisin? Why are we returning to Stargazer Navalia?
Looks like your general has only taught you swordplay, not the art of the hunt. There's an old saying among the Borisin. In the forest, the hunter may easily become the hunted. While we may call ourselves the hunters now, chasing them blindly will only make us become the prey.
How can Yunli put their hands down?
Are you joking, General? He's just a wolf who's been in prison for 7 centuries. Even with his accomplices, they're no match for us numerous lawful Cloud Knights. How could he consider us his prey?
Do not underestimate the enemy. Hule is not an ordinary Borisin that can be easily killed. The advantage in numbers means nothing when we face that monster. A vicious beast who hasn't tasted blood and flesh in 7 centuries is now lurking on the streets of the Luofu right before the war dance. This is what makes the situation treacherous and unpredictable.
To him, the lives of ordinary people are just meat, ready to be devoured at any moment.
Exactly. That is why we must succeed in our first strike, or the situation will spiral out of control. You've heard of this military tactic, right? When you surround your enemy, leave one side open for them to escape. A skilled hunter must be well prepared, waiting for the prey at the most advantageous position.
Where did this burn want to go?
What would we do if we were the escapees from the shackling prison? While we can disguise ourselves and blend in with the crowd, we don't plan on staying here for long. In this case, what do we need most now?
A star skiff to get us out of the Luofu. The Borisin we discovered at Stargazer Navalia were actually preparing a vessel for their escape.
We predict their next move, and we take them down. Let's start from where you found those Borisin and corner our prey.
Huh. Okay, so I finished 1, 2, 3, 2 more, 1. Stop here for now. So I was just thinking of maybe testing out live streaming on my VR headset. Maybe some Beat Saber. Beat Saber is what I'm thinking right now. But it may be a bit funky. Alright. Oh, I'm talking to the... I haven't played Beat Saber in a while, but yeah. I'll see you guys in a bit. I'll sort the settings out and see how... Okay, I've never done it before. I will do my best to try and avoid any... like, accidentally reveal my identity and stuff like that. But yeah. See you guys in a bit. Ta-ta!